Yo, what's up everyone? I hope you're having a great day or night, and let's get right into this review of episode 14 of Ishuzoku Reviewers. This episode compared to last episode was very tame, even when the succubus girls, or the succubi girls, had almost seemingly killed or injured Stunk Zell and the Beast guy, whose name I can't remember, from all the sex they were having, because that looks like a horror show. It looked kind of hot at the beginning until you see the results at the end. Then it's like, oh shit, stay clear of that. They do have a positive though. That shop is cheap in terms of pricing, which it would probably explain what happened would probably explain why it's so cheap. But I digress. The highlight of this, or for this episode, would be the fiery hot salamander towards the second half, because of some stuff I'll explain later. Something cool that happened. Well, shit. Something that was cool that we got to witness. It was more of Stunk and Zell's ability / capability in fighting against, because they were fighting a fiery rock golem that came from a volcano, from volcanic rocks that were raining like the volcano erupted. Because I'm pretty sure it did. But anyways, Stunk and Zell are actually quite powerful despite their looks and what they do exactly. But all in all, that's really all I've got to say. But all in all, I would say this episode, my personal opinion, was the weakest out of all of them so far. But was still good, or if not good, okay. What didn't help the rating of this episode for me personally was that I had to watch the raw version with no subtitles, so I didn't understand what they were saying, because I couldn't find a site with subs or a site with the episode at all besides Kick-Ass Anime. I haven't checked the anime tube because I haven't really gotten the chance to, but if I can, I'm going to go check the subs and see if it's any better to boost up the rating. But for now, it's just going to have to lie as the weakest one right now. But I guess this is now time to review the different monster girls of this episode. So let's go. Surprisingly, there were only 2 new monster girls that were introduced this episode. Normally it's like 3 or 4. Example, last episode, we had a couple of them. We had the other halfling, we had the slime one, the hyena one. That's 3. I feel like there was a 4th, but I can't remember. Because I know there was an elf, but we already saw one. I guess potentially that one in the hat, but I'm not sure if there's an elf or some kind of witch. But I digress. First, we have the little succubi girls from the first half of the episode. Oh boy. I would give them a 1, just like Stunk did. The rest gave them a 0. But I would at least give them 1 point. They seem like they could make sex feel great at the start or at the first half with them, but they seem to tend to go too far and all to the point where they almost fucking kill you, as seen by Krim, because he knew some shit was up and didn't go in, so he got to see what happened to them, and oh boy, they're almost gone. This doesn't help. Like, the fact that they almost kill you doesn't help by the fact that Zell gave him a vitality boost before even going in, so maybe perhaps they would have died if he didn't give him a vitality boost. That would have... Imagine they fucking die there. Anime ends. Roll credits. Let's go. But, let's get back to this. I would rather live than die fucking them, so I would have to pass on them personally, because I value my life more than clapping some cheeks, only to die to the people trying to clap. I'm trying to clap. Next. Ooh, we have the fire salamander girl. Now, I'm just gonna have to say a solid 5. A low rating for a sexy monster girl. The main issue here is that unless I take the time to prepare some kind of fire resistance for myself, I would be roasted alive by merely touching their skin, considering they're able to cook meat right off it pretty damn fast. Unless there was a time skip in the episode, which I highly doubt they would just skip time for every meat. But it was only like a minute or a few seconds in between each piece of meat, so I would get hella roasted just by touching. So sex would be off the table completely, because my dick would get roasted off, unless I take the time for the fire resistance. But I don't know how to get that in that world. So rest in peace. However, the ability to get good tasting meat from them just by cooking it off their bodies, anywhere on their bodies, if you know what I mean, catch the drift, gives them some type of points. This fact gives them some type of points. 5. I give them 5. Gives them 5 extra points because my initial score was going to be a 0. Excuse me, was going to be a 0. But I'm like, no. The cooking bit has some meaning. Sorry about that. There were some interruptions in the background. But anyway, I said 5 points because cooking. The rest of the points gone because it's too hot and I would roast to death. This concludes my review of the Monster Girls. Feel free to let me know what you would rate them in the comments below. That's all I have for this particular episode of Ishuzoku Reviewers. Sorry it wasn't that long. There just wasn't as many interesting things happening this time around. I wish you all a great year, and this is Jerry the Meme Mouse going to a volcano salamander shop to eat food off a sexy flame salamander, signing out.